What's up YouTube? I'm here to do my prediction video for UFC Fight Night Bisping versus Leites. Let's start at the bottom. The first fight is Michael Laboute versus Teemu Paklin. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I'm going to pick Teemu. I think that these guys are basically two jiu-jitsu guys, but I think Teemu is just better, the better grappler overall, so I'll pick Teemu by I don't know how. I just don't know a lot about these guys. I just know they're both jiu-jitsu guys, and Teemu looks like he's definitely the better jiu-jitsu guy, so I'm gonna pick Teemu. Next we got Marcus Brimage versus Jamie Rivera, and I'll pick Brimage. I feel like Jamie Rivera is not. I don't know. He just seems kind of boring. He's only got like 4 or 5 finishes out of his like 16 or 17 wins. I feel like he doesn't push the action enough, and I think Marcus Brimage will be able to just win by TKO or decision. I think he'll just be more active and look better throughout the whole fight. So I got Brimage. Next we got Daniel Omielecek versus Chris De La Rocha. And I'm going to pick Omielecek. I think that his striking is going to get it done. I think the fact that he's got more experience in the octagon is going to help too. So I think he's going to win by TKO probably in the second round. Next is Robert Redford versus Paul Redman. And Paul Redman basically showed me in his debut fight that he has a hard time beating guys that have strong top games and good wrestling, and that's exactly what Robert Redford has, so I'll pick Redford. I'd say he wins by decision or TKO. I think this will be exactly like Paul's last fight, where he just gets controlled and won't be able to get up once he gets taken down. Next is Latifi versus Hans Stringer. And, just like the last fight, Hans Stringer doesn't have great cardio, and I think after the first or second round, Latifi, the first round's probably going to be close, but then the second round, Iliard's wrestling is going to take over. And I think late second, early third, Iliard's going to win by TKO with ground and pound. So I got Iliard in that one. Next is Patrick Holohan versus Vong Lee. And it's cool that Vong Lee's trying to start over at flyweight, but I think Patrick Holohan does everything Vong does, but just better. So I think Holohan's going to win either by TKO or decision. Just one of those fights where these guys have the same style almost. I just think Holohan's better at everything. Next is Stephen Ray versus Leonardo Mafra. And I think Stephen Ray's a good prospect, but I think Leonardo Mafra's wrestling is going to be too much. I think that striking-wise they're probably even, but I just feel like Mafra's probably going to get takedowns when he needs them and land good ground and pound and not get caught in any submissions. So I'm going to pick Leonardo Mafra to win by TKO or decision. Next is Leon Edwards versus Paul Pollock. And Pollock's probably just going to try to shoot for takedowns this whole fight because he's probably not going to want to stand with Leon Edwards. And this is where we're really going to see how good Leon Edwards really is, because when he beat Seth Baczynski, Seth Baczynski's kind of towards the end of his career. I'm still going to pick Leon Edwards. I think he'll be able to stuff the takedowns and use his good striking to win by knockout. But this is where we're going to see which prospect really is really a good prospect and who's, not. I don't know what a good word for it is, just not a good prospect, I guess. Next is Joanne Calderwood versus Courtney Casey Sanchez. And I'll pick Joanne Calderwood. I think they're kind of feeding her a win because she's, one of the few fighters from Scotland. So they're probably going to try to build her back up after her first loss. So I see she wins either by decision or TKO. Next, the 3 cut fights that actually, in my opinion, matter. Joseph Duffy versus Ivan George. I feel like Ivan George is just a wrestler with decent submissions. As for Joseph Duffy's well-rounded, I think he can win this fight probably anywhere. So I'll pick Duffy. I say he wins by KO. I think he's one of the brightest prospects in any division. I thought he was going to be what Conor McGregor was before I even knew who Conor McGregor was. I thought he was probably one of the best guys out of Ireland ever. I heard about him way before I'd even heard about Conor, and I know he has a win over Conor. For those people that don't know, he's one of the few people that actually has a win over him. So, Joseph Duffy's a guy to really look out for. I think he's going to be a bright prospect at whatever weight class he fights at, this or 145. And like I said, I have Duffy by KO. Next is Ross Pearson versus Evan Dunham. And I think both these guys are in the same spot in their career. I think they're both kind of like trying to climb back up because, they've been in the top 15 and they've been out of the top 15 and they've been in the top 15. And I think right now they're both kind of at that cusp where they're like top 20-ish, trying to get back into the top 15 again. But I'm going to pick Pearson. I think Pearson's just looked better overall as of recently, as where Evan Dunham just has been struggling to keep his spot. I feel like aside from that fight against Alaya Quinta, Pearson's probably one 6 out of his last 7. I know he has other losses, but really he beat Diego Sanchez, and he probably would have beat Melvin if Melvin didn't hit him with that knee when he was grounded. So I'm just saying he's won like 4 or 5, but it should be like 6 or 7 and 1 in his last like 8 or 7. So I got Pearson either by decision or TKO. Finally, the last fight on the card is Bisping versus leites. And leites has just looked great, and I've never been a huge fan of Bisping. I don't think he's that good. I think he struggles against people that I think he just struggles against people that are better than him, and I think this could go either way, but I'm going to pick leites. I think his striking and his jiu-jitsu just look amazingly on point right now, and I say he either wins by knockout or submission. I feel like as long as he does that in the first 3 rounds, he'll win. I think come 4th and 5th round, Bisping's going to have a user advantage, but I think as long as leites can finish him in the first 3 rounds, he should win this fight. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.